Okay, I'm going to start with a persona poem, and it's one actually that Susan published in Spillway, so it's especially special to me. Dreaming Helen Keller. Always the interminable spelling on my inadequate palm, one letter at a time, like a slow drip off the eaves after a big rain, and me, still parched, tipping my face to the sky, wanting to holler. If only I could learn to shape air into something recognizable. If only someone would whisper poems along the insides of my arms. A hymn sung by fingertips across my belly, all the way to the peak of each breast, my body's rafters reverberating. And then a suspenseful little story unfolding up and down my thighs. And finally, a cacophony, both lyrical and guttural. Let my little cave echo, trill, open like a throat to answer. Oh, fill my body, this clumsy mute organ, with song. And somewhat ironically, my mother has been going deaf steadily, a little at a time, since I was about 5. She's almost completely deaf now. She can still hear a bit with hearing aids. And this is a poem I wrote for her. Making you noise. The day before you go deaf completely, I will make you noise. I will bring birds, bracelets, chimes to hang in wind. We will drive from Idaho to Washington again, and I will read to keep you awake. I will tap little poems on the backs of your arms and neck to be sure you hear me. I will place spoons on your body in restaurants, smack my lips, heave you sighs, each one deeper than the last. We will finally shout. And then, as quiet slips in, settling over, I will speak. I will keep speaking. I will sing you nonsense songs until you sleep. And I've had over the last 11 years the pleasure of owning quite a few snakes, sort of in conjunction with my son, who's crazy for reptiles. And this is a poem about snakes. I actually also love snakes, which you'll recognize. Misconceptions. About serpents, the Bible is wrong. God's favor is clear in the skin shed in one piece, and the snake emerging, vivid as a woman who slips from the stockings between her and pleasure. Notice the jaw. It unclasps to accommodate appetite. The sleek skull is earless. The world's music plays along the finely tuned underside. Severance for John. I'm one of those men, he told me, with a crooked little smile, reaching gingerly across the space between us. Men you read about in history books, he said, as his right hand, the hand with one finger gone AWOL, vanished into the darkness up my skirt and crept beyond my underwear's flimsy barrier. It was 20 years ago. I was 19, like you are now. I nodded and pressed firmly against his touch, trying to figure which part of him I felt, whether it was a finger he still had or the one he'd lost that slipped inside me. When I got back, I didn't tell anyone. Just smoked opium in some hotel, bought myself a fur coat. I felt like goddamn Jim Morrison. I felt like... He paused, shifting to where he could reach me better. Like what I was. A man who killed women and children, fucking infants. He halted there to see that he had me at attention. I killed with pleasure whatever I could. I cried out at that, but was by then too far to pull back, and shuddered helplessly against his maimed hand. Sure then that what I felt was the part of him gone missing.